everyone, welcome to this JavaScript tutorial. Today we're going to have a go at coding the FroggyFortunes app. It's an app where a digital fortune teller will tell your fortune. All you have to do is answer 4 questions. The app evaluates how many times you answered yes in order to determine your fortune. Okay, so first question, are you feeling lucky today? Yes, that's 1 yes. Do you trust your intuition? No. So that's still 1 yes. Do you believe good things are coming? Yes. That's 2 yeses. Have you helped someone recently? Yes. That's 3 yeses. What's my fortune? Good energy surrounds you. Something positive is coming. Okay. So we'll have a go at coding this app. To set up, you need to create a new folder on your computer called FroggyFortunes. Download the 2 project assets. Here they are. Move them into your project folder and open FroggyFortunes.html in a browser and a text editor. Split screen might be helpful. Okay, so let's see if we can get that sorted out. As you can see, in my JavaScript folder, I've already created a subfolder, FroggyFortunes, and I've already downloaded and moved the 2 project files into my folder. So let's open FroggyFortunes.html with a web browser. I'm going to use Google Chrome. And we also need to open it with a text editor. I'm going to be using Sublime Text. Okay, let's try and make a little bit of kind of split screen. Let's just get rid of that for a minute. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, there's nothing in the body yet. Ooh, we've got 2 variables waiting. We're going to track the yes count, how many times the user says yes, and we're also going to track the question number. Okay, we're going to start with question 1, and then we'll go to question 2, then we'll go to question 3, and then we'll go to question 4. So we'll look at how to use these variables as we go through the tutorial. Let's go back to the design. Just going to refresh. Okay, let's start to build the app. Let's go to the body. We're going to have a title here. I'm going to use the h1 tag, FroggyFortunes. Then there's an image of a frog. I'm going to use the img tag. The src is, what was the name of the file? Was it frog.svg? Okay, frog.svg. And I'm just going to make the width 200 pixels. Okay, next we've got the fortune. What should we? I'm going to use H3 for this. H3, are you feeling lucky today? That's the first question when the app opens. Don't forget to close the H3. Then we've got an input box, and the placeholder is yes or no. Okay, that's my input box, and then I've got the submit button. Okay, so let's save that, and then refresh my FroggyFortunes.html. Okay. All right, now then, let's think about what we're doing here. When we click submit, okay, so button, when we click that, we're going to call a function. I'm just going to call it the submit function. Okay. So we call the submit function, and what happens? Well, what happens is the next question appears and the input box clears. Okay. Let's do that again. Type your answer to the question, click submit. Okay, next question appears and the input box clears. Let's type in next answer. This is number 3. And if we do it one more time, the input box is going to disappear, the button is going to disappear, and the fortune will appear. Okay, so that's what we're going to try and code. Okay, so let's start to design this submit function. So what we need to do is figure out if the user answered yes, and we will update the yes count. So we need to get the value of this input box. How can JavaScript find that input box? You guessed it, we need to give it an ID. Okay, I'm just going to call this the yes/no input box. Okay, so document get element by ID yes/no, which is my input box, dot value. That's what I want to grab. I want to grab that value. Let's store it in a variable. Okay, so let answer equal whatever the value is from that input box. And now that we've got that answer, let's evaluate it. If the answer is the same as the word yes, if that's true, we're going to update the yes count. But we're going to add 1 to it. Okay, so that's how to do that. Okay, so that's what happens when we click submit. Now, what else happens when we click submit? The input box clears. Okay, let's just copy that. This input box here, the value becomes just an empty string. And the next question appears in this H3. The next question appears. Okay, so how can JavaScript communicate with this H3 tag? You guessed it, we need to give it an ID. So let's call it question. This is the question ID. And we need to display the next question. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit tricky. How are we going to do that? Well, when we click submit, because we want the next question, we need to update the question number as well. So let's do that as well. Question number equals question number plus 1. Okay, we're going to get the next question. Now let's think about the logic of this, guys. Okay, if question number is the same as 2, then document.getElement by ID question, which is this H3 tag where we're putting the questions, dot inner HTML, because that's a text tag, equals whatever the next question is. Can you remember what the next question is? We'll come back to that in a minute. Else, if the question number is 3, then we'll put in a different question into that tag. We'll get the questions in a minute. Else, if we reach the 4th question, this is the final question. Okay, we'll put whatever that question is. Okay, and if we hit submit and the question number becomes 5, so this is the last, it's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's not 4, that means we've finished answering the questions. We're going to do something else. Do you remember we need to hide the button and the input box. These are just comments, by the way. And we need to display the fortune. So we'll figure this out later. First of all, let's go and get the questions. So let's just refresh that. The second question was, do you trust your intuition? Can I copy that? Just paste it into there. This is question number 2. Do you trust your intuition? What was the next one? Do you believe good things are coming? Let's copy that. That's question number 3. So we'll put that in there. And then question number 4, the final question, is have you helped someone recently? Okay, let's just do that. Okay, so that's the logic for displaying the next question. We update the question number, and then we use that value to decide which question to show. Okay, that's happening every time we call the submit function. Also, just so we can see what's going on, let's do console.log yes count. I just want to see if that's working properly. So let's just do a console.log yes count. Okay, so save that, Command S, and refresh FroggyFortunes. Now we're doing a console.log, so I need to inspect the console. Now then, let's do it. Are you feeling lucky today? Yes. Let's click submit. Is it going to work? Yes. The yes count is 1, and the next question comes up. Do you trust your intuition? No. Good. That didn't change, but the next question came. Yes. Yeah, yes count is 2. That's good. Have you helped someone recently? No. Okay, that works. Well done. We're doing well. This is good. Okay, so that's the end of this starter video for FroggyFortunes. See if you can get that working, and then let's move on to part 2 of this short video series.